I doubled my productivity in 30 days, and that's how I've done it. My name is Daria. I'm a professional dancer. I have my own dance school in Paris. I have online course. I organize retreats, and I also train as an artist. I have to train a lot as a dancer, and I'm trying to create my career as an actress in Paris, in France. And all of that I'm able to do because I found a way how to become more productive because I understood that I have to have first a lot of energy and a lot of organizational skills. For the energy, I usually use biohacking tips that you can find out in other videos I've done. But today I wanted to talk to you about productivity because I'm naturally an artist, so I'm very disciplined in a sportive way, but I had troubles by organizing my work in between trainings, artistic job, and in between more like administrative work with school, management of teams, creating online school models, and so on, marketing. And there is something I found in January, so 3 months ago. And already after first month, I've seen that there were a lot of difference in the way I could work. And today I would like to talk to you about this tool. And first, why productivity is important? Because very often we have huge to-do lists and it's so overwhelming. It's the same like with goals. We have such a huge goals, but it's so hard to actually get to action to stay focused because it's very overwhelming because we have a lot of goals and we think that, oh my God, I have to do so much, and then we give up and in the end we don't do anything. And yes, I forgot to tell you that I create content every day and I post reels every day. And recently I started my YouTube channel. So like creating content is actually it's a whole job there. And so productivity can help you to improve your efficiency in the work you do, improve your financial status, and of course improve your relationship and general happiness. Because for some people I know it's impossible to actually combine your relationship with entrepreneurships, and for me, it was really hard in the beginning too. I thought I cannot be successful if I am in couple, but I was wrong because I think it's just about the right organization. So, the magic tool I'm gonna talk to you about, which is not magic, it's just about actually implementing different tools. And this is a productivity planner, productivity journal. And the company who created it is Intelligent Change. Basically, I found this company 6 years ago when I found their a gratitude journal. And I loved it because at that time, 6 years ago, I needed to find out more positivity and more motivation to move on with my career, to move on with my business and my goals. Because in the beginning, as for everybody, it was really hard. And today, I wanted to talk to you about this tool because it can be really life changing. Let me just attach it here. So let me show you how it works. Here in the productive planner, you actually can use it for 3 months. So of course you have like the whole concept written here. And this is my second one. I've just received it like a couple of days ago. I had the white one before. They have like white, black, very nice designs too. And I'm going to explain it to you and why it worked for me. Of course, there is an explanation in case if you buy it, but I just want to explain how it worked for me and what it really changed. Because before, I used to, write down like a to-do list, and I was writing like, I don't know, 10, 20 things to do in a day. And in the end, I still didn't feel the satisfaction, and I felt exhausted without feeling the satisfaction that was demotivating me for the next day. And I realized that I didn't know how to first prioritize the things I'm doing, how to track them, and how take the rest that I'm needed, because our brain cannot concentrate for a long time, especially nowadays, with all social media and so on. So first things, and this is like it's a whole different topic, but there is a habit tracker integrated in it. And I have also a habit tracker on my wall, which is incredibly useful. But at the same time, I add here different habits I want to achieve, which are more detailed. And habit tracker, honestly, it's very underestimated, I think, because honestly, I think it's also one of the biggest tools that helped me to start new goals and break up with the habits that were stopping me from succeeding. Also, you have monthly calendar. This is completely new. I'm just gonna fill it up today. Monthly calendar where you can put like all the important things. I also sometimes put like important posts. Like today, I'm gonna post a little posts that should be shared with Jason Derula, one of my choreography. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Whatever, if you want to see it, go check out my Instagram account. And so first, before you plan your day, you actually plan your next week, how you do this. And this is so important. First, you have the intention of the week, because sometimes we can have like the main goals. And I don't know if you have mentioned, but sometimes you in your day you can realize only one topic and feel so fulfilled, like to realize only one think and feel that you really made a change. And sometimes you do 10, 20 tasks and you still feel it like you didn't move on from the things you had to do. And why? Because it's prioritization. And here, first you write down intention of the week. Like for me, for example, last week was very creative. I filmed around 6 videos with professional videographers with my teams, and that was my artistic week. I knew it would make me feel. I knew it's something that I really need to move on, so it was my intention. This week is more like business week. I have to find some team members. I have to move on with my online course, to the marketing, and so on. And then you write down 5 tasks which are the most important during the week, and then secondary tasks and additional tasks. So like this, and then in the end of the week, you go and you check what have you done, and you see if what can be improved. Because for me, when we do not track our progress, when we do not track our success, when we do not track our finance, we cannot grow. And it helped me so much because I knew, okay, I have 5 days in a week. I'm working 6 days, but 6 days usually creative one when I train. So I have 5 days, and those tasks must be put at first in my day. And then this is how the look like of their daily planning. So for example, you have like Monday, and you also can write the gratitude I'm grateful for. I think that gratitude, when you write it, is so important. And also for me, I'm meditating every day at least for 20 minutes, and I visualize my future, and I visualize that I'm grateful already for the things that have not happened actually in real life, but I know they will. And it's given me such a different perspective and much more positive mindset that I'm able to overcome any challenges, any obstacles that come on my way, because I have this vision of the future. If you want to check any meditations on my channel, I have different ones. Go check it out, because meditation is the key. So basically, it's the same. Here you write one the most important tasks, and of course, intention of the day too, which is important. You write down the task, and here there is a little something that is very important. When you write down your task, you write the target you think the task is gonna take you in time wise. So basically here you have little circles, and those circles they actually represent 30 minutes sessions. And why? Because it's really hard for us to concentrate more than 30 minutes. And that's why after each session of 30 minutes, you have to put it here and take a little rest. I like do some squats, go for take a walk, take some sun, do something very different. And this is what I was actually taught by Robin Sharma, incredible coach and writer. You can write his books. He's like just so inspirational. He taught me a lot in terms of self-discipline, habits, and implementing different tools that make your life better. So when you actually switch different activities, like let's say you are working in front of your computer and then you take a walk, your brain kind of restores the energy. You feel that you can think clearly now after those 30 minutes, and then you continue with your task. And then in the end, actually, you write the actual time it took to you. Yeah, so the actual time. And like this, you can see that sometimes maybe you were overestimating your capacities of realizing some tasks, or it takes longer. So next time you will actually understand how much time you need to create this task and to finalize this task. Then you have the same with secondary, second, third, and additional fourth and fifth. So basically here you have only 5 the most important tasks. Why? Because like this, those are the most important tasks I have. Not necessarily the most urgent ones, but maybe the most important. They can actually move you towards your main goal. And how to actually create your main goal, we can also talk about it in the next videos. I usually teach it during my online mentorship programs, Essential Shift, to my students. And there are a lot of tools that I created with a psychologist, sexologist, with each helping you to understand what is your true goal. Because I know many of you girls, maybe you don't know exactly what your goal is, or you have too many, you cannot pick one. And then, in the end of the day, you write a highlight of the day. What did I learn, and what do I want to remember from today? And also, you kind of tick if you fulfill the habit tracker and your mood tracker, which is also cool because also for us ladies, it's like it can depend from the cycle, and sometimes it helps us to track whether or not your mood was changing through the cycle and how you can improve, because there are also a lot of tools how to improve your moods. And I created a video about three incredibly important feminine hormones that you can check out on my channel. And then you rate the day. And here I write to some of my thoughts. You also have a little inspirational speech. And then I write down some of my thoughts, something that happened during the day, something I want to remember, because this is kind of, let's say, a journal that you can have, read it in a couple of years, see what you achieved, what you didn't, and how much you evolved, which is incredible, I think. And I think it's very, very useful that every Sunday evening you write the review of your week. And here, after each week, you write your wins, tasks that you didn't complete, and tasks that you learned, and what can you do for the next week to actually progress and be more productive. And I love it. I love doing that because very often we procrastinate the most important tasks that we need to create for our future. Why? Because of the fears. We can have some fears that maybe it's not the right time, maybe we should later, maybe we should next week, maybe I'm not ready, because it's something new. And very often the things we have to create and do the most, we do not do them. We procrastinate because of our fears and because it's something new. And anything new for our brain means danger. And danger is something that our brain is trying to avoid as much as it can. So that's why doing it this way and writing down you didn't complete, what you completed, what you learned, what are your wins, helps you to first feel grateful to yourself, and second of all, track your progress. And then you do again your weekly planning, what you have to do for the week, and so on and so on. So this productivity planner honestly helped me a lot through last 3 months. That's why I bought it again, and it is my really great advice to buy it because it's an investment in yourself. It's not very expensive. It costs like around 35 euros. You can also have actually a discount from me, 10%, with the promo code Step Up Free. You can have 10% from any of the journals you find there. From the same website, I also have very cool cards, like intimacy cards for me and my boyfriend, and get closer cards. And basically those are two types of cards. It helps you to talk about different topics, to get deeper conversations, and to talk about the topics that maybe you didn't dare to discuss before. So yeah, I will also put the link with the promo code in the description. If you have any questions, write it to me. And if you're interested in my online course, The Essential Shift, write down me in DM on Instagram, or you can go and check the link below to book directly a free call with me for 1 hour. You can tell me about your situation. We will discuss it. I will help you and I will show you what we can do together to actually work together for 3 months, and what improvement I can help you to create in order to make your life better. I've been working with women for over a year as a life coach, thanks to Dan, thanks to mindset coaching and spirituality. So we work on body, mind, and soul. And I'm so grateful to see girls' results. I have people from around the world. And of course, if you like this video, click a subscribe button, write a little comment for me, because for creators it's so incredibly important. We put our efforts, our emotions into that, and I would really appreciate to have feedbacks from you. Thank you so much, Queens. Remember that you are your only limit. See you in the next video.